Hello. I hope that this stream stays up. Hello. Let's hope my internet works today. Because, oh boy. Today is a big day, ladies and gents. Hello, 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 hello. Oh, that reminds me, I need to turn the music off. I'm sorry, but YouTube's gonna yell at me. How am I? I am doing well, because today is the 7th anniversary of my baby. So I'm doing a live stream to celebrate with all of you guys, because without you guys, I don't know how long this build would have lasted. Now, there's a few things that we can show off. There's not a lot since the last stream or the last download if you're on the Patreon. Um, oh, I want to check something. Nope, the wand texture's still broken in third person. Great. Anyway, the question is, how are you guys doing today? Well, welcome to the stream. I hope your friends don't mind you leaving them. Uh, there is one thing I want to show. You might be able to see it from here. Look at my boy. Look at him. Look at him. I told you guys it was only a matter of time before Buckbeak gets added, and here he is, all in his beautiful glory. He does float up a little slow at the moment, but he does fly. Isn't he adorable? So the great thing about Buckbeak is that other than him being just the most adorable thing in the world, um, he has a spawn egg as well. If I can find it. There it is. For some reason, the spawns are invisible. I don't know why. I'm gonna look into it. Can I show the entrance hall that I designed after the POA? Sure. Um, yeah, what else was I trying to say? So, The great thing about Buckbeak is that other than the fact that he just flies and he walks around and does whatever he wants, um, he does also have quite a bit of behavior work. So, for example, if you spawn him in, oh look, there's a baby Buckbeak. Oh, there's another baby. So there's a normal hippogriff, all right? Now, a normal hippogriff will just spawn normally. Um, not like actually spawn. He's not like spawnable in the world unless you use the egg. But a wild hippogriff, it acts differently from a tamed one, obviously. So I'm gonna go over here and do game mode survival. Oh, I've been murdered. I think it's like 400. Somewhere around here. Alright, let's try this again. So as I was saying, the hippogriffs act slightly different from your normal Minecraft mobs. Let me actually. So the thing that tames Buckbeak is raw chicken or raw rabbit, excuse me. So when I switch from game mode S to C, you'll see that if I'm holding the raw rabbit, he'll follow. But if I'm not, and I'm too close to them, they'll attack, and they do a lot of damage. As you can see, Buckbeak is fighting another hippogriff for me, and I think Buckbeak just got murdered. So that's great. That's true, I can do that. I can also just do this. So yes. Oh, god damn it. I'm messing this all up. Alright. Hello, Hagrid. So, yes. Uh, wild hippogriffs, they're very dangerous. They'll fuck you up. But if you're crouching and you have some raw rabbit, you'll see that they come towards you and you just use it on them and then you can tame them. Some of them are a little bit more picky. But as you can see, once you have them tamed, I kind of did like the sort of. I wanted them to be like, really, really violent. unless you're crouched, you know, because that's like it's kind of like bowing, you know, showing showing respect to the hippogriffs. Hello, Matt. So yeah, and then you know you can fly them. Um, but yeah, like I said, that they fly up a little slow at the moment. Belkov, like he said in the chat, is gonna look into the code and see if he can make them fly a little bit upwards faster. Because the speed at which they fly, I think's pretty good. It's not as fast as the brooms, but it really shouldn't be because Buckbeak is an animal, you know. But I need to. Unfortunately, I need to murder the baby Buckbeaks because they can't stay. Am I working on a Java version? No, I am not. We have a Java download, but it is. I don't know, I just haven't put it out because I don't like that, well, I don't like a lot about it. That's why it's not out. It's not. It's. It's not the map, you know? It's just so barren without all the commands and stuff. I don't know, I just. There's something about my pride that says, you know, uh, you don't want to put out an inferior version of the map. With that said, doing all the Bedrock commands that we have in Java all over again would be a nightmare. Especially considering I don't think Belkov knows how to do Java commands. And maybe he does, but even that, it'd still be a huge undertaking, especially if you consider that you would need to do it every release of the map. So, doing all those commands over and over again would just be you. Assume once you feel satisfied on the Bedrock version, you'll start working on Java? Nah, probably not. I'm not too big on Java. I don't like using mouse and keyboard, and I know you can use programs to um, like set up controller for PC games, but I don't know. I mean, Java has a lot of stuff going for it, but I don't know. Like I said, it's Bedrock's just my platform, you know. The map started on console and it plays on, I don't know, it just fits being on Bedrock. Plus, majority of the work's been done on Bedrock, so it's like, why would I switch now? And plus, working on the marketplace stuff, a lot of my work experience can be put into this map because that's all I work on is Bedrock. So like Buckbeak back there and you know all the other stuff I'm learning about commands and resources and you know stuff like that kind of translates really well. Also, Belkov came in clutch, everybody. If you don't follow me on Twitter, you probably didn't see this, but snows in Hogsmeade now. And I also put a bunch of this deep powdered snow in some places so you can get stuck in the snow. Doesn't it? It just looks so good with all of the snow. It really makes it, really adds to the ambiance here. We also have a snowy version of Hogwarts, but we're trying to figure out some issues with it before it goes out to public downloads. People on the Patreon have access to the snowy version of Hogwarts at the moment, and I think it's really cool. It's just not ready to show yet. I also really like the effect of when you're stuck in powdered snow. It adds like this little frozen barrier around the edge of the screen. It's great for taking screenshots in this area. But yeah, all the snow here it helps make it feel homey in here. Like it just being in here makes it feel like you're so much warmer than you are just because of the snow out there. It's lovely. Especially in places like the Three Broomsticks. I love it. But it's not the only place. Excuse me. Ta-da! It also snows in Godric's Hollow as well. Forest of Dean as well? Oh, I haven't even checked that. I finally watched the Harry Potter movies, and this makes this place even more mind-blowing after being inside it. Well, better late than never, David. What's my favorite common room? Well, my favorite one I've built is the Hufflepuff one, honestly. Okay, I would like the conversion to Java just to explore the entire map. I have the other previous versions converted to Java, and your comment got cut off there. Hold on. Let me pull up the stream so I can see. And the commands and teleports don't work, etc. Yeah, um, they won't, and that's because Java commands are completely different than Bedrock commands, so they can't be converted for whatever reason. I don't really know why. It's probably just because the code bases are completely different between the two versions. Um, but yeah, it snows here now, as well as Hogsmeade, which is lovely. But I never fumbled or bothered at all, lol. But I never fumbled or bothered at all. Oh, I have the coordinate list. Yeah, the coordinate list is helpful, especially for Java, considering pretty much everything's on the command list. The teleport room is nice because it's easier, but I still get so many comments about where things are, for example, because, you know, people just don't look at the coordinate list for whatever reason. I know you are all very fond of brooms, wands, and things, and the special things, but I really wanted to walk and fly around the map in whatever Yeah, does this one have the update of Malfoy Manor? It should. Where did I place Hufflepuff Common Room? I will show you right after we go to Malfoy Manor. I'm a very simple person. I always say that I love this map. Good job, all of you. Thank you. I'm very grateful for all of the kind words and comments from everybody. It really, like, I know it sounds so cliche when you say it, like, oh man, the comments, they're really helpful, they make the map, and then you guys are the ones that make the map, but really, a lot of, I don't know, I feel like I would have quit on this map a long time ago if it wasn't for the amount of support that it gets. Because honestly, it does help make you want to work, because you're like, oh man, people really like this. So I want to make it better and better and better. The Dealers of Death, how to get on it. I will show you guys that because I still get so many comments about it. I will show you that after this. But yeah, this is the new Malfoy Manor. It is gorgeous. This was all done by Belkov, by the way. He updated the hell out of it with the new deep slate blocks. And it definitely helps make Malfoy Manor seem a lot darker, especially when you consider how dark it was in Deathly Hallows. And he did a really good job. And he's getting a lot better at his roofs. Um, Before we go to Hufflepuff, I want to show you guys the updates to the Chamber of Secrets as well. So like Malfoy Manor, I added a whole bunch of new blocks down here. So we got obviously the dripstone and the deep slate blocks, and I wanted to use a bunch of them down here because they kind of fit the area. And I realized after I changed the mob heads that I really couldn't have the skeleton heads down here anymore, which kind of stinks, but limitations and all that jazz. So I added some of these blackstone slabs down here to sort of add some dimension to this pipe because previously it was just empty and it looked kind of boring. Um, but then I added some of these. I added some of the weathered copper to add some pipes down here. The dripstone obviously adds a lot to the ambiance, being both stalagmites and stalactites, and obviously they drip water, which works incredibly well for Chamber of Secrets stuff. Um, and yeah, there's the cave-in area has a bunch of the new dripstone. And then the new Chamber of Secrets. Now, it's not too much different than the previous Chamber of Secrets, obviously, because not much needed to be changed. I kind of thankfully nailed it. Um, does your Patreon have the texture pack? Yes, it has the texture pack and the behavior pack, and it's updated, which means it has Buckbeak and it has everything else. I have the map on my phone, but it lags a lot and my phone gets really hot. Yeah, I imagine it does. The unfortunate side to adding behaviors and more resource packs, or more stuff to the resource pack and behaviors, is that slowly over time, older phones are gonna slowly get kind of phased out of the equation, which kind of stinks because I want as many people as possible to be able to enjoy the map, obviously. But the reality is that the more complex the map gets, the more intensive it's going to be on lower end devices. There's really nothing I can do about that. But yeah, obviously Chamber of Secrets isn't too much different. I did change the snake heads. I like them a hell of a lot better than the previous ones, honestly. It's, I don't know, they look a lot more accurate now than they did before. But yeah, so I used a lot of the deep slate, and I updated the head of Salazar Slytherin to be a little bit more rounded and used some more stairs and slabs and such. Obviously, the basilisk hasn't changed since version 4 came out. I added a bunch of the dripstone. Still updating the map, yes. I added a bunch of the dripstone, and yeah, perhaps I'll experiment with putting some more elaborate command and stuff and functions to see if that improves lag. Yes. Also, Belkov, while you're here, I was reading the patch notes of the update that came out yesterday, and apparently, uh, NPCs have branching dialogue now. I don't know how you do it, but it's natively part. Like, I know you told me previously that you could do that using commands, but I was I'll have to send you the patch notes because they said that it's just going to be part of NPCs now, that you can add different dialogue and branching paths depending on what you choose and stuff like that. So more or less, it kind of streamlines your process. So what that means to everyone else who's watching this is that in the future we could have actual quest systems for the map, whether that be fetch quests or go here, do this, come back, get a reward, stuff like that. Um, so yeah, that could be really cool. I don't exactly know how we can go about adding more NPCs. I know some people have said that they want to see more NPCs because we kind of have a limit on 20 at the moment. Um, some people have asked about just adding generic, Hufflepuff, Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, and Slytherin students around, and I would love to do that. I really would. It's just that at the moment, at least to my knowledge, which could be completely wrong, there is no way to add more NPCs because there's only 20 by default, and the ones that we have currently are just reskins of the 20 that are there by default usually. So that's why we had to be very picky and choosy about what NPCs are on the map. Where is this from? But can you make the armor better though? What do you mean make the armor better? I know a lot of people have talked about the pointy hats. And the thing is that I don't know if you can do custom geometry for stuff like armor, which is why the hats kind of look like they're just graduation caps, despite how they look in the picture. But I mean, we have the armor. That's, you know. So I don't really know what you mean. You can. I had a mod that has it. Well, I'll have to look into it then, cause I'm still kind of new to the resources and stuff. They look like a horizontal line. Yeah, I believe it. But yeah, to those asking, the Hufflepuff common room is in here. You need a wand. You can just shoot it at the door. We tried to make it very obvious that you need wands for certain things. Ooh, I need to update this. because we now have invisible enchanting tables, which is a really cool thing because you can have floating books and they react to the player obviously just like normal enchantment tables would. So, yeah. Oh, that was a picture in the Discord? Yes, we have the invisible enchanting tables finally. I tried to do it previously, but I couldn't figure out how to make it work. Turns out you just do the exact same line of command that you do that I did for the invisible item frames. So, it's very simple. But yeah, earlier you guys asked what my favorite common room is. This is it. I love the Hufflepuff common room a lot. I'm a very big fan of it. Is that a real window in the common room? No, those are not real windows in the common room because of where it's oriented. But I did find out from somebody on Drag's Discord that putting what is this shit called? Blue ice behind a window and then adding uh, some light blocks in front of it kind of makes it look like a night or a day sky, which very much helps with selling the idea that you're not 10,000 feet underground. Did I watch Friends? No, I've never seen Friends. I think that was a little bit before my time. I mean, it was out when I was a kid, but I don't know. At that time, all I wanted to do was watch cartoons on Nickelodeon. I wasn't really interested in sitcoms. Well, welcome back, Victoria Smith, on the Patreon. You should still be credited in the Patreon room. So, and that goes for everybody watching. Um, the Patreon does get exclusive stuff. Like I said earlier, the snowy version of Hogwarts is exclusive to um, the Patreon, as well as they get um, more consistent monthly downloads, for example. Um, is it possible to put windows in the Slytherin common room so we can see under the lake? No, because Slytherin common room's not actually under the lake on my map. I know it's supposed to be in reality, um, but just I don't know. I couldn't get it to be that way, obviously. I watched the full show last year and it was really good. You start to think they're really your friends. Well, that's good. I mean, I do like, obviously, more. I watch more TV than I did as a kid. I'll put that out there. Oh, well, welcome. Thank you for joining back on the Patreon. You should, like I said, still be. I'm jumping around all over the place in this stream, and I apologize, but all patrons, whether they stay, you know, whether they continue to pay or not, will always be in the Hall of Patrons. So, regardless of whether you subbed back or not, you would have still stayed in there. But I appreciate um, you continuing to sub. There was a lot of people that unsubbed after version 4 released, and I completely understand that, and I'm not against anybody who did that. But as I posted on there, just because version 4 is out doesn't mean that I'm done upgrading it, because that's far, far from the case. Yeah, at the moment Slytherin doesn't really have the windows correct, which is weird. I did change the green stained glass texture to this, which means I'm gonna have to upgrade or change these windows to be uh probably light gra green glass. I don't know, that doesn't look good. Wish you could afford my Patreon. Hey, it's no big deal if you can't. Obviously, I'm not here to beg for patrons or anything. Um, it's completely 100% optional. And like I proved with the free, obviously free versions of version 4, you guys are not gonna get content for free because this map started free. It's gonna stay free. The patrons are just for people who want to help me out. And I just want to say that over the past few months of having the Patreon, you guys have helped a shitload with bills and stuff. Like I don't know where I'd be without that extra money. I don't really want to think about it. I appreciate that you think I'm very talented though. At the end of the day, I'm just some 26-year-old dude playing Minecraft. It wouldn't be I don't know. This map wouldn't be anything without you guys or without the help of my friends. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I try to throw the idea of putting the Hogwarts on the marketplace out to anybody who will listen. You know, obviously people who are higher up on the totem pole. Well, obviously we see some teams now who are putting out licensed content like the Sonic pack and stuff like that. So maybe one day it'll go up on the actual marketplace. It would be really amazing if that could be the case, because I'm sure A, it would do well, B, a lot more people would be able to get it a whole lot easier. Um, and yeah, you're really talented and hardworking, man. I love your content. Keep going. Thank you. YouTube's actually been pretty decent lately as well. Um, Due to some of the more uh, I've actually got quite a lot of views the last month. I think it's somewhere in like 20 to 30,000 in the last month, and I've even gained like 60 subs in June, which is crazy considering how sparsely I upload. So, I mean, thank you. Again, this whole video or this whole stream is more or less just going to be me thanking you guys, because honestly, that's just all I can do. Also, I've updated some of these rooms that are off over here because I know they're a little weird. There's a Wizard World map in the marketplace, but it's not a patch on this. Yeah, I've seen that. And you know, not to try to put myself in any sort of higher position than the people who made that map, or the people that suggest that I just, get rid of all the Harry Potter references on this map and just release it as like a generic wizarding world on the marketplace, because I very well could do that. Um, I just don't want to because I feel like, I don't know, to me the whole point of this map is Harry Potter. The whole premise of this map is Harry Potter. Everything about this map is Harry Potter, right? Like, for one, I don't want people on other teams to be like, this is just so obviously Hogwarts, and they're just getting away with putting out copyrighted content. And B, I just don't want, like, I don't know. I feel like the heart and soul of this map will kind of be ripped out if I were to just make it a generic wizard school, you know? It's Hogwarts at the end of the day. That's the whole point of this map, is that I'm building Hogwarts. I don't want to hide the fact that I'm doing that just so I can make some money. It's dumb. I'm not gonna do that. Somebody asked to see this entrance hall earlier, by the way. And yes, this is based off the Prisoner of Azkaban video game, more or less. The game doesn't have this overhang and it has a couple more pillars. Oh, but it's more or less that. You replaced the carpet in the long gallery yesterday, did you? Oh yeah, look at that. That looks nice. You should make it go all the way to here. Thank you so much for version 4. Love it, your best version yet. Thank you. Thank you for downloading it. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad everybody likes version 4. I've been getting so many great comments about it. And it really is so humbling, because at the end of the day, this is a passion project. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This isn't a scenario where I'm just building Hogwarts because I know Harry Potter's popular and a lot of people are gonna download it. I made this map in the beginning, 7 years ago on this day, because I wanted a Hogwarts that I liked and I wanted to build it for me and nothing else. But the reality is that because you guys are so amazing and supportive, it kind of, I don't know, it breathed new life into my kind of stagnant YouTube channel. And it breathed a whole lot of life into this build in general. Like, like I've said like 12 times already during this live stream, if it wasn't for everybody's kind words and everybody wanting to see the next version and the next version and the next version, as annoying as it is sometimes to hear like, oh, when's this version coming out? You just put out version 4. When's version 5 come out? At the end of the day, all that's kind of moot in reality because like it's just I don't know. It's a different thing when you're building something for yourself and when you put it out for download and you get so many comments and people are like, "This is amazing. I play it with my kids or I play it with my parents or I play it with my friends or I role play on it or I do this on it, I do that on it or I'm adding to it, I'm making videos for it," which by the way, if you want to make a video on the map, by all means you can do so. I watch and I search for videos on this map all the time, and I usually leave comments when I do so. So please, I love seeing that kind of stuff. It honestly makes my days that much better. Cause I'm just proud of what we've been able to accomplish. I'm proud of the amount of friends that I've made doing this. Obviously, Belkov's in the chat. But shout outs to Connor for helping me a shitload, especially in the early days. Chase for getting me on Planet Dragonaut's Discord server. There's a ton of people on there who are just as crazy about Hogwarts as I am. and a lot of them give me so much inspiration for what to do and what to build and what to improve on. And it's just, I don't know, 7 years is a long time when you really think about it. It's a long time. Especially when it comes to working on one thing for 7 years. People ask me all the time how you can stay working on a map for 7 years. And maybe it's a little bit of uh, just I'm crazy. But, the other hand, I just don't know what I would do if I wasn't working on Hogwarts. Obviously I work on other stuff for the marketplace, and I work on, other maps on occasion, but no matter what, it's always back to Hogwarts. 100% always back to Hogwarts. It doesn't end. Would you please show the entrance to the Great Hall? I'm working on the Knights and could use some inspiration. I will do that for you. Honestly, you gave me the motivation to start building my own big project of Minecraft, of My Hero Academia, and I'm enjoying building it so much. It's thanks to you I got the confidence to start something so large. Well, thank you. And I am glad that you are working on something that you're passionate about because at the end of the day, you do your best work when you're the most passionate about what you're doing. Like, I don't know, again, a part of the love part of the map is just the love, and people can see that on especially on bigger projects like this where there's so much to look at, right? Hogwarts is huge, you know? Like it doesn't even load in because I'm on a realm. It's huge. A lot of people will just breeze by it and they'll be like, "This is crazy. It's huge. There's so much to look at. This, that, and whatever else." But then there's the small things, right? There's details like leaving the Marauder's map in Filch's office, right? Or adding like Harry, Ron, and Hermione's wands into their chests in the common room. Or like little tiny details like how I have the troll foot in the hallway at uh, Grimmauld Place. Or I don't know, you know what I mean. It's the small stuff, and it's stuff that you add because you know it's there, and because you're passionate about stuff like that, and you're passionate. Like the passion is easy. You know, building is easy when you have the passion for it. It's not a matter of how you'll do something, it's when, right? But yeah, here's my entrance hall. My nights are kind of meh. Um, I'm thinking at some point to possibly redo the entrance hall for this. They're kind of, I don't know. The statues are interesting. It's kind of hard to do them on a slant like this, which is why they're kind of just bleh. But yeah, I don't know. Can I show the room with the Book of Admittance and the Quill of Accept? Dude, honestly, I don't even know where that is. Yeah, okay, yeah, yeah, that got removed. All right, I'm not going crazy. Fun fact about Belkov, everyone. He was talking about doing the quad hallways because he liked the way this block looked, but he never asked for the resource pack to just put it in his own map. I'm just kidding. But I did update this room a little bit so that we can add the Mirror of Erised in here again. For some reason, I completely forgot this room existed when I was doing, when I put out version 4. So I apologize that that room's like all wonky in the V4 download. Also, I've actually seen a few people ask about where the Durmstrang ship is, even though it's not too far away from the Great Hall. But here it is in all of its glory. I'm incredibly happy with how it came out. I'm not the best ship builder, and I know you're probably going to be like, oh, he's talking out of his ass, look at this. But this took a lot of work to get it to where it is. Believe you me. I don't build ships very often, and when I do, they don't usually look this good. But I mean, it came out just insanely better than I expected it to. It doesn't have interiors yet. Don't know what I plan on putting in here because obviously you never see it. Um, but yeah, I love it. I'm a big fan of it. It looks amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Darn it, am I late? I am late. You are a little late. You are a little late. We're just having a good time looking around at stuff, you know. We're not doing anything big or major or anything. We're just looking around. I'm fixing a few things here and there. I do want to add some candles to some spots as well. Uh, because they're now in the game, which is great. What is that thing in your profile picture? Well, that's Ellie from The Last of Us 2. I saw something in your Patreon about Snowy Hogwarts. Yes, there is a snowy version of Hogwarts available for download on the Patreon. Did you fix the top pillar of the Great Hall? What's wrong with the top pillar on the Great Hall? Fellow army? I don't know what that means. I also don't know what Josh is talking about here. On the roof it's like cut in half? Really? Is it on the outside or the inside? What do I think about 1.17? I like some of the stuff. I was I was wondering about candles, but I guess there was a bug, which is why it wasn't in there until the update yesterday. Outside. Oh, this. That's weird. That's strange. I didn't even notice that. Thank you for letting me know about that. But yeah, 1.17 is pretty good. I obviously like candles. They were delayed in Bedrock because they needed to introduce them. Well, that's what I thought as well, but um, we don't have the other stuff that's in Java, like the hanging. When it goes to the Yule Ball, it cuts it in half again. Really? Let's see. Have I seen the 1.18 experimental snapshot? I have. We usually have experimental gameplay turned on this map, but mm, the PS4 does not like that. It does not like that at all. What's my favorite part of the map? It always and will forever be the clock tower and clock tower courtyard. You are right. Thank you for letting me know about that. We will get that fixed for sure. But yeah, the clock tower, especially after I redid the face again recently, I love this area. I always have, ever since I watched Prisoner of Azkaban for the first time as a kid, and I love it now. I was also made aware that you can make signs glow now. Look at that! Super useful, especially for some of our darker signs. Could you add some quotes in the little Hangleton graveyard? Yeah, we will. I know I added, I know we have ugh. I know we have Wormtail over there, but I didn't add any dialogue to him. Have you ever thought about retexturing mobs? Example, parrots as owls? Yes. Um, don't know why I haven't done it yet, to be honest. But yes, that's the short answer. But yeah, clock tower. Love the clock tower. Always loved the clock tower. Always will love the clock tower. I think anybody who's watched my channel long enough will always know the answer of what my favorite part of the map is. We have fake owls? Yes, we do. Look at those fake owls up there. Has 1.17 helped you in your resource pack? Yes, I guess. I don't know. They fixed the bows, so now they're the right way up again, which is annoying. Um, I was told that we were supposed to have custom block geometry in 1.17, but I don't think that that actually became a reality yet. Um, which stinks because, you know, it would be awesome to have something like that because I can add custom blocks pretty easily. Somebody on Drag's Discord told me that it was possible to do already, and they told me that they would tell me how to do it, but they never actually sent me how to do it. So, yeah. Also, I'm working on something else for the marketplace, which pretty much shares a code with cars. So in the future, we might be able to do like an actual flyable, drivable Ford Angula. So, yeah, that should be pretty cool. I love the entrance to Dumbledore's office now. Has Belkov fixed the Chamber of Secrets door glitch? Good question. Somebody is trolling by leaving this door open. Fuck. Pretend you guys didn't see that. It breaks the immersion. Whenever I try to get into Hogwarts v4, it says it's experimental for some reason. Will that affect the commands? No, it shouldn't. The map is on experimental. You can turn it off if you want. I don't think we have any. I don't think we're making use of any experimental features at the moment. So if you don't like having the toggle pop up, you can by all means turn it off. But it shouldn't affect anything. What do you think of candles? I love them, dude. I love them. Huge, huge fan of the candles. Now, my question to you guys, what are your thoughts about some of the big updated stuff in version 4, like Dumbledore's office here? And are you happy my lazy ass finally put something in the pensieve? Should also add candles in the ministry offices? Absolutely. How much more of London have I built? Not that much, honestly. Don't know if we've. I don't know if we added. Hmm. I don't know what we added to London in V4. You extended London? No, I don't think so. I think maybe I don't was the orphanage there in version 3? I don't remember. The whole thing is incredible. You absolutely cannot call yourself lazy after 7 freaking years of working on this amazing world. I mean, I appreciate that, but I definitely can call myself lazy sometimes. Because I mean, at the end of the day, it really is just laziness sometimes when I don't add simple stuff. Because I've been saying I've been wanting to add stuff to the pensieve since like one of the first videos I did on Hogwarts 7 years ago. So yeah, Belkov has toyed around with the idea of adding more to London. I am not. I don't really care too much to add more stuff to London, but yeah. Also, on the subject of 1.17, yeah, 1.17 stuff, a lot of the area near the greenhouses actually got updated quite a bit. Like, I really like the moss and the rooted dirt and the small drip leaves and the big drip leaves. They're really nice and they add a lot to the ambiance. I like that the moss block or the moss carpets are like I mean they're really similar to grass, but you can kind of add them on top of grass to sort of add like a textured look. I don't know. Textured textured looks is really important for like I don't know, it attracts the eye. It kind of makes it feel not so plain and flat. And that's the thing I usually try to tell people when they ask how you build something so big but not make it look boring. Um, because Hogwarts at the end of the day doesn't have like a super big amount of detailing on its walls. It has a lot of flat walls, but you can make up for it with like the randomization of blocks, which is what we did obviously a long time ago. It's nothing new to the map at all. Um, but as well as adding windows that are like really in depth, like the ones that I added to the back of the east wing here. Didn't you update the hospital? See, I don't know if St. Mungo's was there in version 3. Yeah, I think it was. So I don't know if it was updated for version 4. I heard Buckbeak is finally here. He is. And he is downloadable currently on Patreon. The map as well as the map as well as fuck, I don't even know how to speak. The map as well as the resource and behaviors. Would you add Newt Scamander's house? I don't have any plans to do Fantastic Beast stuff. Belkov messed around with some Fantastic Beast stuff a few years ago, but it was more it was more or less just messing around with stuff. I don't know. Ew, I don't like that sound. Did you add the storage room? Did you give the storage room an interior? Which storage room? Oh man, where am I gonna add candles here? Divinations in the North Tower, not the Astronomy Tower. I am aware. I am very aware. Does it have instructions on how to add your resource pack and behavior? It doesn't, but there you install resource and behaviors the exact same way you install a map on Bedrock. So you just take the .mc pack and double click it and it'll add it to um, your game. It's that simple. The one that has the Mirror of Erised. Um, oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, I was just talking about it earlier. I did fix it, I just haven't added the mirror back yet. because out of pure laziness, I don't feel like cloning it and placing it in that room. Sorry, my brain is all over the place today. It's an Easter egg and requires some luck finding it. Yeah, honestly, Velkov, I've seen that it's part of you know what, but I have no idea how you're supposed to spawn it. Absolutely none. Where did we put the room of requirements? Um, on the seventh floor corridor. I can show you the room of requirements. Drop the elder one. Oh, that makes sense. I'm just dumb. I wonder if you can spawn. Ah, yes. Okay, so 6 adds 3 candles, and I'm assuming 7 adds 4. Indeed. Stick around for room requirement and go to sleep. Yeah, it's getting late over there in Germany. Plus, we probably should wrap up shortly. I know it's been sort of a short stream, but it's about to thunderstorm, and I don't like leaving my electronics on when it's about to thunderstorm. Also, yes, the illuminator is great. I did have to lower the textures before version 4 came out though, because the Deluminator used to be like 512 by 512 or something like that. It was quite a little laggy. Oh, I appreciate you guys staying up for this. It's it's crazy to think that it's been 7 years since since this all started. It's been a crazy journey. And I just want to show off Buckbeak again because I know some of you guys didn't get a chance to see him because it was pretty early in the stream. But we have Buckbeak now. He's a little cutie. He's zooming around everywhere. But you can tame him using Raw Rabbit. You have to crouch up to him or he'll attack you. At the moment, he's still not completely finished because we want to fix the speed at which he gains altitude. Because right now you kind of need to you need to, I don't know, look up really high to get some air. The Dragon Arena doesn't have a staircase for the audience? Oh my god, you're right. I'll have to add that back. Would you ever make an adventure map out of this? Like do the dialogue for the movies and everything? Big ask, but I'm just curious. Well, I was just talking to Belkov earlier about how the update yesterday added branching dialogue for NPCs, so it is possible. Um, will we do it? We'll see. It's definitely not off the table, and it's something I do want to do. So, we'll see. I won't make a promise, but I do want to. So, things are working on it for V5. Mm, I think soon I'm gonna release a V4.5, because V4 has a lot of issues that I want to address and that are already fixed for the most part. So I do want to release V4.5, which is just it's not a huge difference, for example, but um, it's just fixes and adds stuff like Buckbeak, which I wanted to be in version 4, but I just couldn't get it done in time. So, yeah, probably a patch, like Belkov says. And stuff like there's a few NPCs that I've completely forgot to put dialogue, and I need to fix that, because what's the point in them being there? Plus, I think I spelled Ramus wrong, which we found out on the last live stream. That definitely needs to be fixed. But yes, for the people who were asking about how to actually access the Master of Death stuff, pay attention, because I'm going to show you. Because so many people ask all the time. I purposely don't show it for the most part because I want people to find it on their own. But so, I don't know, a lot of people ask, so we're gonna spoil it. So if you don't want to see it, now's probably the best time to go. But first step is you need the Elder Wand. And obviously you get the Elder Wand from Dumbledore's grave. So step 1 is complete. We have the Elder Wand. Now we need 2 more. How do you use Peruvian Instant Darkness Powder? I don't know if it actually works. It might actually work. I found the Master of Death stuff and it took ages. I was so proud of myself. Well, good. I'm glad. I am glad. So yes, when you have the Elder Wand, you come into the Forbidden Forest. You'll find Voldemort and Bellatrix and everyone else. And you stand here if you have the Elder Wand, and you'll get hit with Avada Kedavra, which will take you to Limbo, like it does in to Harry and Deathly Hallows Part Dos. We have Dumbledore in here, and in this chest you have the Resurrection Stone and the Golden Snitch. And once you collect these items, it takes you back. Alright, so now you have 2 of the Hollows. You have the Elder Wand, and you have the Resurrection Stone. Alright, so now that you have those 2, you might ask, where do you get the invisibility cloak? Well, who has the invisibility cloak? Harry has it. And where does Harry keep his invisibility cloak 90% of the time? In Gryffindor Tower. So, and this may be like a I can't believe I didn't realize that moment, but the invisibility cloak is just in Harry's chest. Yes, we should change the snitch to the texture, I agree. So there you go. There's all 3 of the Deathly Hallows right there. So then, when you go into the Floo Powder Network, and you have the Master of Death items. I believe just standing on the block does it. And congratulations! You have found the command chessboard, where we keep most of our command structures and all of the tools we use to build and maintain the map. Feel free to browse around and see if you find anything useful. So, this may look a little bit different than version 3's area, but Belkov, this is pretty much where Belkov does all of his work. Can you change the Marvolo gaunt wearing it looks like a locket? Yeah, that also needs to be changed. But this is all the stuff that we use. It's a whole lot smaller than it used to be. Believe it or not, Belkov has worked tirelessly on trying to make everything as streamlined as possible. A, to waste the least amount of space possible, and B, to potentially and hopefully streamline it so that it works better on lower end devices, which is something obviously we still struggle a bit with. Also, somebody on my version 4 download told me that there is a hole in the ground in Professor Bin's office. Yes, there is. What the hell is this? Oh, I know what this was for. Okay. Okay. Don't know why I never fixed that. That is 100% on me. Alright. Now I can show you guys where the room of requirement is, because everybody always asks. The Marvola ring has the lock texture. Yeah, I know. I know. It needs to be fixed. Belkov, our cheat chest is broken, by the way. Tag S list, okay. Oh, it's because I'm playing on the fucking PlayStation, dude. Some of the chests didn't bring back their loot. Has it been fixed? Which ones? If we were to change our usernames to yours or Belcause, would we be able to access the secret stuff in the map? Yeah, but I don't know if that's possible. Kind of think of it, Belkov, I don't know if it's working on my PC either. 787878, okay. Yeah, what is up with this? We have the locket as a piece of redstone. We have the ring as the locket. That doesn't make much sense. The other wand. Footprints potion room. Okay, that should be everything I need to show off the room of requirements stuff. Drink some butter beer real quick. Chamber of Secrets of Philosopher's Stone. I don't know if those got fixed. I think the Chamber of Secrets one got fixed. I think you mentioned that in the last stream. Don't know about the Sorcerer's Stone one. It might have been fixed. So okay, room of requirement. All right. A lot of you guys ask about how to use all the rooms or where all the rooms are, how you change the rooms. The door is here. To the left over here, you'll find this wand on the wall. If you interact with it, it'll tell you in order to use certain rooms, you need to fit certain parameters. Or they're just rooms that spawn normally, like the Chamber of Chamber Pots here. If you have your wand out and you walk around on this here block where it says I think I can use my wand here, the door will open. And as you can see, it's the Chamber of Chamber Pots. The chest in 713 vault doesn't bring back loot either. Take notes, Belkov. So there's a broom cupboard, there's Winky's recovery. The room where everything is hidden. You need the Half-Blood Prince potion book for, which is, believe it or not, in potions. Place it there. And then we go back and forth and back and forth. And here's the room where everything is hidden. Honestly, this is still really cool to me. Even though I know how it, like exactly how it works, I still love the way the room of requirement works. And especially since version 4, it looks so much better than it used to. I love this, the come and go room. Well, not the come and go room. The room where everything's hidden. Belkov, it's the room where everything is hidden. It's not the come and go room. The room of requirement itself is called the come and go room. So much better than the original room of requirement. I agree. So to get Dumbledore's army, the title wouldn't fit. Oh, okay. So yeah, you need the DA coin in order to get into Dumbledore's army, which, like in the book, you do actually need the coin, which you can find at the Hogshead. And voila! Here is Dumbledore's army. With all of their books and test dummies. This guy likes to spawn in every version of the Room of Requirement, by the way. And then there's the DA Refuge, which you can just normally access this. And it does have a secret passage into the Hogshead, just like in Deathly Hallows Part 2. So yeah, that's the Room of Requirement for those who are curious. Oh, actually, before I stop going here, I do want to check out the Mirror of Erised room. Could you re-add the rooms that were in the Training Grounds Tower, like the Room of Rewards and the Book of Acceptance? Yeah, we will. Like, we said it earlier, but um, we just didn't add those because, well, they were in the Training Grounds Towers, and obviously those don't exist anymore. So at some point, yes. Just don't know where we're going to put them yet. So this is a room that even I mean, I've seen, but I haven't really seen. And yeah, this guy's here again. This is a much better room of requirement, or room of requirement, duh. Much better Mirror of Erised room than the one I have over in the quad. Um, but yeah, I like the attic and the top of the second entrance hall. Well, you can thank Belkov for that one. That was all his idea. No, I don't think a lot of people go up there either. It's sort of like a little hidden area, I'd say. But it's got its charm, I think. I like it as well. It's just neat. The armor stand is in the come and go room because we use structures to load them in, it stays behind. Yeah, I figured that was the case. Oh, another thing. I walked around in here briefly earlier, but I added a lot of these dripping, or these spore blossoms into the greenhouses, as well as some of the new blocks as well, like the azalea and the dripstone and stuff, or the drip leaves and stuff like that into the greenhouses. And I really like how these spore blossoms just send a whole bunch of these green particles around, because like they fly everywhere, and it looks really cool when you're down in by the greenhouses here. So now when you're down here by the greenhouses, there's just a bunch of flowery particles that just fly around, and they're really neat. I think it adds a lot to the ambiance. I also added some of the new blocks to Belkov's little office down here. Let's see, fantastic builds. Congratulations, good night. Thank you for coming along. You have a great night. I appreciate your subscription to the Discord. I think I see a super chat. Really? Did somebody donate? Oh my god. Thank you. Thank you a lot. Can we download the map of Minecraft PE? Absolutely you can. So during the last stream, despite my internet exploding last stream, I worked for a while with getting the download up on the MCPE add-on map, or the add-on, I don't know what I'm saying, onto the app. Um, so I don't know. People were saying that it's easier to download off the MCPE add-ons app that's on the App Store. So I got in contact with them and updated the map on there. So if you're having trouble downloading it from MediaFire, I'd suggest checking it out on there. I don't know, like I don't have mobile, so I don't really know how annoying it is to download and upload and use maps, for example, but I know that a lot of people have downloaded it on there, so it's probably a good place for it. I don't know. I put it up on there. Either way, if you check the description of the version 4 map download trailer I put out, you can find the downloads to it there as well. It should work on mobile just the same as anything else. Can I go to the Slytherin common room? I can. Just for you, I can do that. Just give me 1 minute. I want to add some flowered azalea bushes in here. Awesome, thank you. Can't wait to explore this. Thank you for checking it out. Both downloads on MCPE add-ons and MediaFire work just fine. I tried them both. Okay, good, good, good. I saw a spyglass. Can you equip it? Quick, I never seen how it works. Sure. I don't know how useful we'll find the spyglass, but it's pretty cool, I guess. But yeah, we'll check out the Slytherin common room, and then I think we'll call it a wrap on the stream. Because like I said, it's about to storm soon, and I don't want to make this too long to the point where it's not digestible to people who maybe watch this later. for the people who couldn't watch it on stream. But yeah, alright, so you get down into the dungeons. Obviously, that's step number one. I think most people know Slytherin Common Room is down in the dungeons. Step two is you go down here into this little hole. You go down these stairs. And then once you get to the end of this corridor, you get into this little storage area. And then right here on this here wall where it says I think I can use my wand here, you take out your wand and you use it on the wall. And then it'll open up. And da 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 da. Slytherin Common Room. Sort of visit all the locations from each movie and books to be an 8-hour stream. It would probably be longer than that at this point. Back when I used to give tours of this map, it would take forever to do stuff. This button doesn't work, by the way. What a way to get there. I mean, there's two ways technically, because there is a secret way through that painting right there, and that takes you down into the entrance chambers, which the button is disconnected. Oh, then I'll just get rid of it. It's fine. But yeah, this takes you down in the entrance chambers, which will you can find your way back up to the watchtower as well as up here, which takes you into the grand staircase tower. So the Slytherin Common Room, to an extent, is also accessible through the entrance dungeons here. All you do is just come down here, and then right when you get to these paintings at the end, you just go whoop, and boom, there's the Slytherin Common Room. Why even have the buttons when there's wands? The buttons are still just kind of remnants of what we used to have, I'd say. Some of them are still connected because, I don't know, I feel like some people don't really understand that you can use the wands. Um, but we're trying to make it as obvious as possible when you're supposed to use a wand or when you can use your wand. The entrance dungeon has some dead ends. Yeah, yell at Belkov for that. He built them. It's fine though. It's a dungeon, you know, it's not supposed to be super easy to find your way through. I timed this route to the Slytherin Common Room, the Great Hall. From the Great Hall and through the entrance dungeons is the faster way. Yeah, I assume it would be. But yeah, thank you guys for coming to the stream. I just want to reiterate before we go that it's been 7 years to this day. July 14th, 2014, I started this map. I was 19 years old. I am 26 now. It's been 7 years of working on this map. It's 7 years of videos up on this channel, live streams, probably well over 1 million downloads of all the different versions of Hogwarts. It's really humbling. And I'm really, really glad that you guys are so interested in not only this Hogwarts map and the stuff that I'm adding, but me in general, because you sit here for an hour and 44 minutes and listen to my dumbass talk. So, yeah, um, just thank you. I I don't really know what else to say. It's been really crazy, and at some point soon, both myself and Belkov, as well as Connor and Chase, are probably gonna do an actual long video to celebrate the 7th year anniversary, but um, I wanted to actually do some of them today, or do something today for the actual 7th year anniversary because it's a special time for me. It's like celebrating a birthday, you know. Hogwarts is just it's very special to me, and it's obviously my baby at the end of the day. So, thanks for the stream and your hard work on the map. Happy 7th year anniversary. Congratulations, well done, and good night. Good night to you as well. Thank you for your comment. Thank you for coming to the stream. This is one of the only Minecraft maps that I play regularly. Well, thank you. This is one of the only Minecraft maps I play regularly. uh, Belkov plays it in his sleep. But yeah, thank you. I'll see you guys in the next video.